Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990. This movie I had not seen since I was a kid, and I'm kind of in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle binge watch mood, and this movie holds up so well. I have the VHS copy somewhere, and I can't find it. I really wanted to pull it out for this review, but I can't for the life of me find it. But I know I have it somewhere. So I threw the DVD in, I watched the DVD, and like I said, this movie has aged so goddamn good, guys. Everything from the set pieces to the musical score, the acting performances, the voice acting from Splinter is awesome. The way the movie looks, I really like the dingy, shitty Brooklyn style they went with. I really love how dirty it looks. It just suits the turtles so good. If they went with like a clean New York, I don't think it would have worked so good, but this just replicates. I don't know if they're in Brooklyn or not, but or New York, or whatever. It masterfully just shows the city. All the villains here are amazing. Obviously, it's Shredder and the Foot Clan. Shredder shows up when he needs to, and he's not in this movie too much, so when he does show up, it is really, really fun to watch. And it's a pretty cool concept. I like the concept of him starting the Foot Clan. I can't remember if it's like this in the cartoon, but him starting the Foot Clan for all these little kids that, don't have a home, or they can't get a job, and then he turns them, into these muggers kind of thing, breaking in stores, stealing everything. Long story short, this movie has just blown me away by how good it looks still. The costume design is awesome. The turtles look pretty good still. It's kind of fucking creepy, I'm not gonna lie, but they still look awesome. The only complaint I had amongst the four of them, I did not like. I didn't mind the voice actor they chose for Raphael, but he didn't have that aggressive tone in my mind. It just didn't really sound like Raph. But Don, Leo, Mike, Splinter, Shredder, fucking all of them are like the perfect voice actor and cast members. Casey and April are awesome, and there's some really, really good emotional moments. Mikey is usually taken for a joke character, but here, even though he is cracking jokes a lot, he still gets a couple of good moments, like the part when him and Donatello brings up to him when they're hiding in the sewer. He's like, what if something did, happen to Master Splinter?" And Michelangelo kind of brushes it off with a joke, but at the same time, you can get that sense of emotion from him. And there's a couple of really, really good scenes in here that develop all of them emotionally really well. One of my favorite parts in this whole movie is when Raphael goes up to Splinter when, well, he walks in the room, he doesn't know Splinter's in there, and he's getting caught because he was coming back late at night, and Splinter knew what he was doing. And they just have a really, really good one-on-one moment. It's mostly Splinter talking, but it's just him telling him how much he cares about him. And if they lost Raphael, they're saying you're kind of selfish going out this late at night, because if something happens to you, you don't really think about the rest of us. You're just thinking about yourself. But the way that they did it, the dialogue, the performance, it was just so good and emotionally investing. And this movie does not drag at all. It's only 95 minutes, and the pacing is pitch fucking perfect. Every single scene in here matters. Every scene with April and Casey is good. There's nothing really I don't like about this movie, other than I just wish Raph was a bit more. I don't know. I think they could have got a better voice actor, I think. But they probably went with what they could, because you gotta think this is the fucking 90s, so I don't know. They probably didn't have a huge plethora of people wanting to play Raphael, but he has always been my favorite Ninja Turtle, so that was kind of disappointing. Like, every time he was on screen, I liked it, but his voice didn't feel right, so it kind of bugged me a bit. But other than that, this movie is pretty much a classic masterpiece. I don't think it'll ever be topped, because I didn't see this Secret Ooze or whatever the fuck the second one's called. I think there's 3 of them, but I just think this movie is all around amazing. And on top of that, the cartoon is even better. This cartoon, I forget how many seasons there are. I think there's 7, but it just does such a good job of fleshing out the characters, giving everyone the backstory, really developing everyone, crazy action sequences, just everything, great villains, the iconic Shredder. Like, you just cannot go wrong with it. I don't think, live action wise, I don't think they'll ever be able to top that. The Michael Bay movies are fucking really fun to watch, but when it comes to, the emotion and that kind of thing, I think the original Ninja Turtles really holds up its value really good. And I also watched today, I watched TMNT from 2006. I was going to do a quick review of this, but I didn't want to just, flood the algorithm with reviews. But if you guys haven't seen this, you should definitely go watch it. It has very good animation. It's a little origin story, but really good subplot with Raphael being the Nightcrawler and him and Leo butting heads. It's awesome. But back to the original Ninja Turtles, like I said, I don't know if I want to watch Secret Ooze or whatever the fuck it's called. Everyone says 2 and 3 is like absolutely not good and it's not worth watching. But I might. I just don't really want it to ruin the magic of this one because, like I said, the tone, the acting, just everything that you look for in a film, this movie nailed. And when I was a kid, I remember not being like the biggest fan of it, especially with the emotional stuff. When I was a kid, I just wanted to watch the fighting. But I'm just so happy I gave this movie another chance because it is really I think it's one of those once in a lifetime movies, man. You're never gonna get this lightning in a bottle ever again. And let's see how 10 years from now how it holds up, because in 2022 it still holds up better than a lot of movies that are just made today, and it just looks better because it's all practical effects, it's all real costumes, all the city streets they're on is real. They're actually in New York. It's not CGI, and that just makes the immersion and the experience so much more immersive. So that is my review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Tomorrow I'm going to do a review of Days of Future Past for X-Men, and then I think on Tuesday I'm going to do New Mutants because I really like that movie and I haven't done a review of it, and that is a movie I want more positivity to get out for because not a lot of people like that movie, and if I can talk good about it, spark some interest and get some other people to watch it, I'll definitely do that because that is another movie that is very much hated, and I do not understand why. It's like the perfect horror and superhero elements. I fucking love it. So thank you everyone for watching. Click that subscribe button. Almost to 60 subscribers. Thank you everyone.